In the quiet town of Bethlehem, nestled among rolling hills and olive groves, a miraculous event unfolded one starlit night. It was a time of Roman rule, a period when in a humble stable where the soft glow of a lantern flickered, Joseph, a carpenter, and his wife Mary, weary from their journey, found refuge. Mary, heavy with child, knew the time was near. Outside, the world carried on unaware of the extraordinary event about to take place. As Joseph lovingly tended to Mary, a peace settled over them, for they carried within them the promise of salvation. In that moment, heaven and earth seemed to meet. Angels, their voices like a chorus of joy, heralded the birth to shepherds in the field. Far away, wise men observed a new star blazing in the sky, a celestial sign they had awaited. With reverence they embarked on a journey guided by its light, bearing gifts fit for a king. In the days that followed, the news of this extraordinary child spread like wildfire throughout Bethlehem and beyond.
Jesus of Nazareth walked along the shores of the Sea of Galilee, a man with an aura of wisdom and peace that drew people to him. One day, as he strolled by the waters, he saw two brothers, Simon Peter and Andrew, casting their nets into the sea. They were fishermen, toiling under the sun, their faces weathered from years of hard work. Further down the shore, Jesus came upon another pair of brothers, James and John, in their boat mending their nets with their father Zebedee. When Jesus called to them, "Come, follow me," they too were drawn to him. Leaving their father and the boat, they followed Jesus along the shoreline. Together, these four men embarked on a journey that would change their lives forever. They witnessed miracles, heard teachings that challenged.
In a time when the sun cast golden ribbons over the Sea of Galilee, Jesus of Nazareth walked among his followers, teaching and healing with boundless compassion. On this particular day, a crowd had gathered, drawn by his words and the miracles they had heard whispered on the winds. As the hours passed, the sun began its descent, and Jesus turned to Philip, one of his disciples. "Where shall we buy bread for these people to eat?" he asked, testing Philip's faith. Philip looked around at the vast assembly, numbering in the thousands. 6 months' wages would not buy enough bread for each one to have a bite, he replied, his voice tinged with doubt. But Andrew, another disciple, stepped forward. "Here is a boy with 5 small barley loaves, and 2 small fish," he said, holding up a meager offering. Jesus took the loaves and fish into his hands, looked up to heaven, and gave thanks. Then, he began to break the bread, and divide the fish among his disciples. Astonishingly, as the disciples distributed the food to the people, there was more than enough to go around. Everyone ate their fill, and yet there were 12 baskets left over, filled with the fragments of the miraculous meal. The people in the crowd were amazed, and began to whisper excitedly among themselves. Some said, "Surely this is the..."
In the wilderness, Jesus had fasted for 40 days and nights, seeking solitude and communion with God. As hunger gnawed at his body, the adversary appeared before him, Satan, the tempter. "If you are the Son of God," Satan taunted, "command these stones to become loaves of bread." Jesus, weak but resolute, replied, "Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God."
Undeterred, Satan then took Jesus to the pinnacle of the temple in Jerusalem. "If you are the Son of God," he urged, "throw yourself down, for it is written, He will command His angels concerning you, and, on their hands they will bear you up, lest you strike your foot against a stone."
Jesus answered, "Again it is written, You shall not put the Lord your God to the test." Finally, Satan showed Jesus all the kingdoms of the world and their splendor. "All these I will give you," Satan promised, "if you will fall down and worship me." "Be gone, Satan," Jesus commanded. "For it is written, You shall worship the Lord your God and him only shall you serve."
With these words, Satan left Jesus, and angels came and ministered to him.